Imagine this. The great Sphinx wakes up and speaks. In a deep, ancient voice, it warns, if your answer is wrong, you will be lost forever. And that's exactly what happened to Harry Potter in the heart of Egypt. Years after the Battle of Hogwarts, Harry had settled into his role as a researcher at the British Ministry of Magic. One day, a strange envelope arrived. Inside was an ancient scroll, written in golden ink. To the bearer of the scar. A secret lies beneath the sands of the pyramids, awaiting you. There was also a map, invisible except under moonlight. Harry felt this wasn't just coincidence. He boarded the first flight to Cairo. There, he was met by a brilliant Egyptian witch named Noura El-Feky. With calm certainty, she told him, "Magic here isn't like what you learned at Hogwarts. Here, magic comes from the heart, not the wand." They mounted camels and journeyed across the desert for days until they reached a forgotten place buried in golden sand. Amidst a raging sandstorm, the true Sphinx revealed itself. Suddenly, the earth shook and the statue spoke. In a heavy voice, it asked, "If you want to pass, answer this. What is unseen but opens every door?" Harry stood still, thought deeply, and then quietly said, "Intention." Instantly, the magical gate opened and golden light rushed out like shooting stars. Harry looked at Noura and said, "Are we ready?" And so, they stepped inside. They entered a long corridor. The walls shimmered with moving glyphs, as if the stone itself was telling a story. At the end, 3 doors stood, each marked with a strange symbol. 2 statues whispered to each other, one honest, the other lying. Harry listened, thought carefully, and chose the left door. It opened safely. The second test, the trap of cooperation. The ceiling began to descend, fast. Only one wand lay in the middle. Harry and Noura grabbed it together, and with one heart spoke a shared spell. The ceiling stopped, just in time. The third test, the mirror of intention. Each of them saw their true reflection. Harry saw himself as a powerful king. But then, with calm clarity, he said, "I didn't come to be king. I came to understand." The mirror cracked and vanished into stardust. They looked at each other and smiled. They knew they had passed something far deeper than magic. The final door opened to a grand chamber, full of ancient treasures, golden light, and sacred scrolls. But Harry stepped back from it all and said, "I came to learn, not to control." Suddenly, a golden feather appeared in the air, floating gently toward him. He reached out and caught it with a peaceful smile. In that moment, 7 ghostly priests emerged behind them, watching silently, then faded back into the shadows. The light led the way. Harry and Noura exited the temple. As they stepped into the dawn, the desert around them began to bloom. Flowers burst from the sand, life returning with every step. Noura turned to him and said softly, "Not all magic can be seen. Some lives in our intentions." A final sunbeam touched the feather in Harry's hand, and it glowed like a light born from within. A few days later, that feather was displayed in the International Museum of Magic. Below it, a plaque read, "Here, wisdom begins." And the final image, children gathered around the feather statue, eyes wide with wonder and dreams. In the distance, the Sphinx faded quietly into the sands, as if it had never been there. And above it all, the sky became a tapestry of ancient glyphs, etched in stars,